what's happening? I'm Eddie, the Skinhead Gourmet. Today I'm going to teach you how to pre-cook pasta. So today we're going to cook a bunch of pasta so that we can save it to make it for meals later on in the week. One thing that you can do is you can par-cook it or partially cook it and hold it. It's something that gets done in restaurants a lot. It's a very handy thing to do if you have kids, family, or just a busy schedule and want to have something that you can pop out of the fridge, throw in real quick, cut your meal cooking time down a lot, doing a little bit of prep work ahead. So what we're going to do to start, we're going to take a pot, we're going to fill it about 3/4 of the way with water. Anytime you're picking a pot to cook pasta in, make sure it's a bit bigger than you need, so that way you just, whatever you put in is going to have room to move around as it cooks, and it's going to be able to expand a little bit. So we're going to put this on the stove under a high heat. The first thing we're going to want to do is get a little bit of olive oil in there. You'll get a mild help with the flavoring of it, but it's also going to help the pasta from clumping together as it cooks. We're also going to take a little bit of sea salt, just about a pinch, and just kind of work that in there. I know anecdotally I've heard numerous times you want to get it close to the salinity of the Mediterranean, where most of our Western pasta kind of originated from. It'll actually help boil the water a little bit faster, and it just kind of adds to the flavor a little bit. So we're going to let this water sit till it starts boiling, and then we're going to go from there. Alright, so now we've got our water boiling. We're going to take our box of regular dried pasta. And normally if I'm just cooking for myself or one other person, I'm only going to cook a little, maybe about half or so. But since I want to put do a little so that I can store away for later, I'm going to do an entire pound. Add the pasta to the water. We're going to start, you want some kind of tool, a spoon, a fork, a pair of tongs works wonderfully. Just to kind of make sure all the pasta's under the water, and then you're just going to want to continually stir it and just keep it moving. Because what we're doing now is going to go quick so that we can do it quick again later. Alright, so you've had your pasta in the water for a little bit. You've been stirring it around. You can see it's starting to get a little bit on the limp side. Now, you've got a soft noodle, but it doesn't quite come apart like it's all the way cooked. If you give it the bite test, it's still firmer than just al dente. This is around the time you're going to want to take it off of the heat, and we're going to go drain this pot and then continue on from there. Alright, so we've drained the water out of our pasta, and I ran a little bit of ice water over it. And a lot of times in restaurants you just want to put it into an ice bath, doing what's called a shock, which means you stop the cooking instantly. Since we do want this to be a little bit soft and supple and quick to heat up, we're going to let it just kind of rest a little bit slower. Giving it a quick douse of ice, like just cold water, works very nice. We're going to just take our pasta, put a little bit into a container. We're going to do a couple of quick layers. Sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on, and then add a little bit more. You're going to want to make sure you get some oil on this. It'll keep your pasta in good shape and ready to go when you're ready to pull it out of the fridge. Now, a lot of times if I know I'm doing pasta for dinner, this is the sort of thing I would do while I'm cooking lunch or breakfast even, or maybe even a day or two ahead of time. About the most you can hope to get out of this would be maybe 3 days in the fridge. That might be pushing it. Usually 2 days is about the max. Best I can recommend is maybe do this, leave a little bit in, see if you can get that 3rd day or more. I've never pushed it further, so I couldn't tell you, but it's become an invaluable time saver, one, in professional kitchens, and since I've left kitchens, it's wonderful at home as well. Because this way I know if I'm in a rush, I've always got some kind of red gravy or a jar of sauce I can just heat up. You can throw this in while it's heating up, and you got dinner ready 5-10 minutes max. Plus, it looks like you made something you made something that looks good. It's not microwaved. Makes you look like a little bit of a star in the kitchen as well. I hope it works out for you, and enjoy. Oi, oi. Worried about the next drink.